all month long on 100.5 ESPN. A developing story coming out of Green Bay, the Packers submitting a proposal to the NFL's competition committee to ban the Tush Push, according to The Athletic's Diana Rossini. To stay up to date on the status of the Tush Push and the Packers proposal, head on over to ESPNWisconsin.com. On to the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks continue to roll after the All-Star break, winning 3 straight games, including a 120-113 win over the Miami Heat last night. The Bucks are back in action against the Houston Rockets tomorrow. Tip time is scheduled for 7 p.m. with pregame coverage starting at 6:30 right here on 100.5 ESPN. And baseball is back. The Milwaukee Brewers continue spring training games today as they're currently taking on the Seattle Mariners down in Phoenix. End of the 5th inning, the Milwaukee Brewers leading 7-1 all season long. You can catch the Brew Crew on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me. I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
It's Murr.
I'm the cloud from It's
Mister.
It's kind of a roller coaster. Sports is a roller coaster.
Matt, the sports fan version of Matt is way more relatable than the sports fan version of Jim Rutledge or me. You're thinking like a radio host, which means a hardcore radio and sports person. Matt's thinking like somebody that has a job doing something else that also likes sports.
That's Matt's whole charm.
Yeah.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown out with babies. It's the last Monday. I'm going to say Molly Brown is out with babies for the foreseeable future. I am joined in the Everlight Solar Studio by gold medalist, and that matters today specifically, Mr. Matt Hamilton, back from competing in mixed doubles with his sister, not his wife.
Yeah, hey gang. Don't get it twisted. He said that means more today. Specifically, we did not win mixed doubles.
Yes, but I will get to why. Yes.
So, save the congratulations. I knew they were about to come flooding in.
Yes.
We did not win the mixed doubles Olympic trials this last week.
But this is an anniversary of sorts for Mr. Matt Hamilton.
It is my second most important anniversary.
Your wedding anniversary today. Happy wedding anniversary. All right, what is your anniversary today?
This is, depending on time zones and stuff, but this is the day that we won the gold medal in 2018. So I officially have a 8-year-old gold medal now.
Wow, it's the same age as Nola. You can see it on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. You can see also Matt Hamilton in his blue jean jacket and the NASA t-shirt. Warm today. You dressed a little warm for the weather.
Well, I mean, it was like 50 degrees when we landed, wasn't it?
I
think it was pretty hot today.
But yes.
I think that's what the pilot said. Like, we're coming into Madison, beautiful sunny day.
Yeah, it's 50
degrees.
Yes, it's 50 something. So Matt Hamilton
same as
flew.
Denver.
Are your arms tired flying in? Yeah.
Yeah. Flapping.
So Matt Hamilton back, Molly Brown back next Tuesday. We'll have a nice little run of social media coming up. If you want to chime in on this, we're trying to crowdsource this because as a show, maybe we're not remembering it all. But you can chime in on this, 844-770-3776 on the Carlos Talking text line. This is more. What's your favorite Molly Brown moment? We want to have kind of a best of Molly Brown.
Mollyisms?
Yeah, best Mollyisms, moments from the show.
Savage.
Prime will do his best to put those together as we get closer to welcoming Molly Brown back from babies.
You lint liquor.
Speaking of babies.
That was my favorite of hers, by the way.
You lint liquor.
She doesn't say that.
What? That's not Molly Brown.
You lint liquor.
You don't know that, right? You're kidding, right?
You're kidding.
I am kidding.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
I was like, wow, that's either a very good impression by Molly or Ryan's like lost himself.
Did not know was it Orbit's gum?
Yeah,
Yes, it
something like
was.
that.
But we brought that up because wasn't it Molly who said that her husband was what was her husband doing with her toothbrush in his feet?
What?
Oh, I know, Matt. It was very gross. But
You're right.
what?
There
Huh?
was something nasty
There was some disgusting story
with the
she told.
toothbrush. I think he used it to clean something in the bathroom.
He used it to clean the bathroom. That's what it was.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, you're allowed to have a cleaning toothbrush. That's
Right,
As long
but
as you
that's not
don't
what
put
it
it
was. No.
with your other toothbrushes.
But that's not what it was, Matt. He used her toothbrush.
Now, he didn't put it back, but he still took her active toothbrush
Right.
and cleaned the bathroom with it.
This one looks spent. I think I'm not going to throw shade until Molly can at least be here to.
Molly was throwing shade on him. Like,
No,
she
I
was
know,
not
I
okay
know,
with it.
but
Yes,
like-
yes.
Hey, I have Molly Brown's statement right here.
You lint liquor.
Okay, fair enough.
That's her official statement on the matter.
So we
All right.
have Matt Hamilton back. Matt, before we get into maybe a NFL team acting a little bit like babies, you touched on Colorado, but your sister didn't win, but still a good time?
Yeah, I mean, Colorado's always great. The mountains were very blue,
Yep.
especially after the competition
And
was
if the
over.
mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light. It doesn't taste different, even though you're like at the source.
Yeah.
It still tastes just as delicious as it does here in Wisconsin. I will say, it was still thrilling to play in an Olympic trial. Like it's such a cool experience, and like obviously to play with Becca.
Yeah.
I'm kind of both of our last go arounds pretty cool. Felt like we might have not come as prepared as possible as far as our equipment was concerned. It's a whole long story. If you see me on the street, I'll answer it, but we don't have time for it here because I could go on. But the best team in the country did win, so congrats to Corey and Corey. Winners of the mixed doubles, they got to go to the World Championships this year, get like 5th place or better to qualify the United States for the Olympics. So just because they won the trials, there's no guarantee that the U.S. has a spot in the Olympics yet. So good luck to them. Also, a little thanks to Becca for playing with me and being my mixed doubles partner for so long. We made an Olympics together. That's nothing to scoff at. So good job, Becca, if you are listening. And if you're a friend of Becca's, be sure I said something nice because she won't believe it.
Yeah, maybe cut this out and send it to Matt so you can play it at Christmas or something like that. Next time his sister, his mom says you don't do anything nice for your sister.
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
something-
I just do nice things when I'm almost positive they're not listening.
There you go. All right,
a
but
nut.
Matt, there was some news that came down today from Diana Rossini, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. And I'm anti tush push in general, and we'll get into everyone's thoughts on the tush push. I don't care for it because it feels like the shift in Major League Baseball. It feels like extra points. Like those are 2 rule changes they made to make it a little bit more difficult. Or the shift in baseball. Like, yeah, I understand in the letter of the law this is okay, but it's really kind of bastardizing the sport. And I think, from my take, I guess I agree with the Green Bay Packers on their submission, a proposal to ban the tush push. But Matt, you had an initial different first reaction.
Well, I mean, my first reaction was, is there anyone else submitting this sort of petition to ban the tush push? And Ryan so kindly answered that question. Just goes, no, I think it's just the Packers who have submitted a petition to ban the tush push. And I was like, that is soft. That is a bad look when you're the only team who wants to complain about it. And not only are you the only team, you lost the first game of the season to them, and then your last game of the season to them. And I realized the tush push wasn't a huge factor in the playoff win for the Eagles. They did have the one like fake tush push, and then they're like, okay, that didn't work, but we'll actually tush push now and get the first down.
Yeah,
and they did. So it just seems like a soft move. Like I'm anti tush push as well, and if we were at like a town hall, if I was representing the Packers at like an NFL town hall,
yeah,
I would certainly sit and wait and see if anyone else was going to propose, and then I would second it. I would be like, here. Like, I agree, we don't like it. But I don't want to be the team, especially as a team who lost to the team that does the tush push.
Twice.
Well, yeah, but like the one that ended your season,
Yep.
that doesn't like sit as swimmingly with me as I would like.
Cringe? Would that how you? How would
Yeah,
you
that's what
describe
I was
it?
saying earlier. It's a little bit cringy. I wish another team would have proposed it.
So that is our Siding Unlimited poll question. You can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Carlos Talking text line. Less is more. Is the Packers submitting a proposal to ban the tush push cringe? USA Today, earlier in the day, 4 hours ago, said tush push ban, anonymous NFL team proposes new rule. One team's, and then NBC, one NFL team submitted the ban, a lot of places, and then it was Diana Rossini who said, yeah, that team, the Green Bay Packers.
So there's only one team. That's confirmed.
So as of an hour ago, there's an ESPN NFL writers report as well. This is from speaking at the NFL Combine today. Executive Vice President Troy Vincent, former Badger, by the way, Troy Vincent.
Former Eagle.
And former Eagle. All the crossovers. Jeez. He told reporters that there's been one team, an anonymous team, that submitted a proposal to eliminate the tush push. He refused to identify, or did not identify, which team it was, though Diana Rossini did that for us, thankfully.
So there's one team that is like, this isn't fair. I don't like it. They're always getting 1 yard whenever they want it. And instead of just remaining anonymous, because let's be real, if you're going to do that, you better do it anonymously, because you're going to seem like such a baby. And now Rossini throws him under the bus. It's like, hey, guess what, guys? It was the Packers. The Packers are the soft ones. They can't handle the tush push.
So what do you think?
I hate it.
Do you think it's one of those things like, hey, we're all going to jump, and then we're all going to, Packers, we're all going to submit this, anonymously. Well, a bunch of teams will do it, and then everyone else bailed, and the Packers only want to step forward, and then that's why they're the one anonymous team that did it, because you're right, it does.
We're not the only team that hates the tush push. I'm certain of it, but the fact that we're the only one that submitted this makes me question everything. I don't like that.
844-770-3776 is the Packers submitting a proposal to ban the tush push cringe. I think it's a good word for it.
No cap.
And there's no way they knew they were the only team that was going to do this, because if you're the one anonymous team, there's whether it's Schefter or Diana Rossini, there's enough people out there that can dig this out. And if every other team is then, I would say, motivated to clear their own names, so, they're going to leak it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
it's like, what do you think, Washington Commanders? You're like, no, it wasn't us. They're a division rival. We can beat them at their own game.
Right?
This is weak sauce, dude.
It is weak
Packers
sauce. 844-770-3776 is the Carlos Talking text line. List is more. Is the Packers submitting a proposal to ban the tush push cringe? Prime? You seem to be pro tush push in the first place.
I have no problem with the tush push. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people make it out to be. I think it has a lot more to do with how good the players you have are at executing a tush push. I mean, I was looking at the numbers that they actually had in the ESPN article as well, and I think it was the Eagles and Bills have scored a touchdown or achieved a first down on 87% of their attempts using the play, while the rest of the NFL has been successful on just 71%. I think it's the fact that there are certain teams who just have the guys up front who are really good at executing it. And as Matt mentioned actually in our pre-show meeting, Jalen Hurts has the legs to pull it off, same as Josh Allen. It's if you have the players who are like this leans into their skills and their strengths, then do it. I mean, I don't have an issue with it. When the Packers do it with Tucker Kraft, they line him up under center as a tight end and they do it. I think it's awesome. I think it's so cool. So I like having football plays in football.
It'd be cool if it was an actual football play, though.
But I think
instead,
it is.
No, that's a rugby scrum.
No, but think about
seriously,
what football
the
initially
Goodies
was.
should ignore Indianapolis, go down to New Zealand, pick up some rugby players from the All Blacks rugby team.
There you go.
And they could just run your football play 4 times.
Well, think about what football was back in like the leather helmets days. It was just guys lining up along their line of scrimmage and just mushing into each other.
You made my argument for me. The leather helmet days.
That's what football is, Jim.
Football! I'm sorry. Who watches the game now and is like, you know what I want? Boring ground and pound leather helmet football.
Wisconsin football fans.
Football! Well, that's because we can't do anything else.
Well,
but
exactly.
Like every other team I think wants more.
But I think that when you just have players who are overpowering the other players in the other team, I find that entertaining and I find that really impressive. I don't think it needs to be gotten rid of.
I don't think you don't need to get rid of the QB sneak, but you just can't push them from behind. You can't even do it in college. Why would they say, first of all, it really grinds my gears that there's different rules for college and
boy.
pro.
We're going down quite the rabbit hole
Well,
now.
I mean, let's be real. You can't push your quarterback from behind in college. You shouldn't be able to in the pros. College kids are just as capable of getting 2 feet down on a catch as pros are. Learn how to play the professional game if that's the next level you want to get to. Like, why isn't there some cohesion between some of these rules in the league? The kickoffs are different now.
That's
like college kids, you can go ahead and get hurt. We don't care. We're going to go old school kickoffs. Pro players, we don't want you getting hurt because you're our money makers. Like, come on.
You're like doing a Seinfeld bit now, but I don't hate it. What is the deal
with the NCAA rules?
2 different kickoffs. Get 2 feet down.
It kind of is a Seinfeld bit. It kind of is.
Downs.
They're just making a mockery of the game, Ryan.
This is football in its truest form.
Football! To take a little bit, it is funny because, like, the NBA, obviously, I can't think of any dramatic rules differences between college basketball and the NBA.
3-point line, maybe? Is that the same?
Yeah, it's the same distance there. Is it a little bit closer?
That was slightly closer in college, but I don't know for sure.
Now, and honestly, I would make a case to make things in the NBA, since we're just talking rules here, I think they should make it different than college because I think they should make the court wider and longer because these guys are all the greatest athletes. Like, them and soccer players are the peak athletes in the world. I think the court's too small for the NBA players. And so, like, and then add a 4-point shot. Like, I think that's the revolution of the NBA is make the courts bigger and wider and add a 4-point shot and spread everything out a little bit more because it's a different sport than college at this point. I was just talking to the guy that cut my hair, and he was saying he went to the NBA game, didn't enjoy it. Now the same tropes, like they weren't trying. I'm like, well, you're in a suite, you're far away. Like, go get down there. It's like the old Airplane. Tell your old man, like, it goes all the way back to the 70s where, like, the movie Airplane, the kid goes to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. My dad says you don't try, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is like, you tell your old man to drag Lambeer up and down the court. So it's just a different sort of athleticism. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I do think that there's a bigger case for the NBA and college basketball rules to look different than it is for college football and the NFL. 844-770-3776. Matt thinks it's cringe that the Green Bay Packers have put a proposal, the only team that put forth a proposal to ban the tush push. I do feel like it's one of those things where, like, every other team's like the Lions and the Bears and the Vikings, everyone's like, yeah, or not the Eagles, but the Giants and other teams, the Dolphins, like, yeah, go ahead, do it. We're right there with you. We're right there with you. Let me just go back and get my pen, and I'll sign this, and then, it's all right. I already submitted it back there.
Felt like Green Bay to me.
Be your best stuff. Go to Carbon World Health. Ask them about GLP-1s. You can ask them about hormone optimization. Get the right hormone levels for you, not just your age. You also can ask them about working out there. CarbonWorldHealth.com. Whatever it is your fitness goals are, they can meet. And Molly Brown's returning, and there's lots of great spa treatments over at Carbon World Health, especially the Sun Prairie location, including hydrofacials. So go check out CarbonWorldHealth.com to learn more. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Savage.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. I'm here with Nikki. She has also worked with the team at Madison Weight Loss. Nikki, you look great. Tell me how much weight you've lost and how long it took.
I lost 28 pounds in the first 8 weeks. And since then, I've lost another 7 just with staying on the maintenance program. So 35 total.
That's incredible. What changed about your health with the weight you've lost with Madison Weight Loss?
Before I started with this program, I had entered prediabetes. I had gotten my first high cholesterol reading at the doctor. All of those things normalized 8 weeks. No problem.
And what kinds of things can you now do that you couldn't before?
For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm able to eat healthy and eat the junk food I love at the same time without going off the deep end.
What would you tell someone who is like you and thinking about losing weight with Madison Weight Loss?
Oh my goodness, please don't wait any longer. To anybody listening who has ever even thought of it, just do it. You don't have anything to lose except a whole lot of weight. In a very short amount of time, you're going to feel like a new person.
Schedule a free consultation at MadisonWeightLoss.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Food's here at Quick Trip, and it's ready when you are. Hungry and on the go? How about a corn dog? Crispy golden cornmeal batter coating around a juicy hot dog. So delicious. Craving pizza? Quick Trip's Pothole Pizza is just what you need. Thin, crispy crust and a savory sauce, piled high with a blend of cheese. Food's here. Fuel up at your one-stop shop for snacks and meals that hit the spot. Only at Quick Trip.
At Metro Ford of Madison, we're making it easier than ever to find the Ford of your dreams. Check out this month's unbeatable offers, like the 2024 Ford F-150 with 3.9% APR for 66 months, plus $2,000 flex buy cash, $60.86 cost per thousand. Or drive off in the 2024 Ford Escape with 1.9% APR for 66 months, plus $2,000 flex buy cash, $15.97 cost per thousand. Hurry, these offers end February 28th. Head to Metro Ford of Madison today or visit metrofordofmadison.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Let's talk to Nicole in Wisconsin.
I love you guys. I listen to you every single morning because you're the show I listen to religiously. But I think the most relatable thing about all of you is the professional family dynamic you have. Reminds me so much of all the workplaces where there's a lot of support and love, but there's also like a lot of jabs and joking.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN. Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
I hated this with banning the shift in baseball as well. People get innovative and they find a way to improve their strategy, to improve their chances of success. They do it within the legal guidelines. They're not breaking any rules. And then when they go out there and do it and have success and no one can stop it, all of a sudden we have to stand up and say, this is unfair. We need to give everyone a participation trophy. Everyone needs to be treated fairly. Bull crap. Man, the shift in baseball was fantastic because we found ways to limit what hitters could do. We found a way to improve our defense. But everyone cried, so we had to adjust and go back. Now everybody hates the tush push, yet only one team can do it.
It's not your fault.
And only one team complained about it. The tush push, and it's the Green Bay Packers.
Sound like Green Bay to me.
Matt Hamilton.
How did they get swindled into being the kid to do this? There's so many other teams that hate it just as much, if not more, than the Packers. I just can't believe the Packers, whoever was in charge of putting submissions in for a complaint. I don't know, is there a complaint box that the NFL holds for everybody?
You know who's doing it. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. We're in the Everlight Solar Studio. Christy Birdsall in here with us as well. Primetime Will or Shine. We are presented by Coors Light. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. This is more our Siding Unlimited poll question. We are asking you. Matt Hamilton says it's cringe that the Packers are the only team to submit a proposal to eliminate the tush push. Do you agree? Right now, 70% of you agree with Mr. Matt Hamilton.
It is. It's more cringe that they got fooled into doing this.
So by they, you mean Mark Murphy.
Yeah.
This is my understanding in something like this. Now, there's obviously the Packers have a board. He didn't just go rogue. But when teams submit, it's the owners that are submitting. And obviously in this case, it would be Mark Murphy.
So, man, I can't fathom that the Packers were the only ones that did this unless there was like some sort of tush push hate club like that we're hanging out. It's like, okay, we don't all need to do this because we don't all want to look like upset little babies that we can't figure this out. But if someone submits it, like, we can push this rule through as like a group. But we need one team to step forward.
Apparently they like green and gold.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently that group likes green and gold because they're like, you got to think like the Cowboys, the Giants, the Commanders. Like, those are three teams right out the gate, division rivals with the Eagles that you're like, they can't want it. The Chiefs can't like it. Right? Like, you're just going to you want to take a shot at the team that just took you out of your out of the Super Bowl. Like, that would be a team that I would put higher on the list than the Packers to eliminate.
Chiefs win.
The Bills.
Yeah.
Like, we're just running a worse version of it. Like, let's just get rid of it altogether. Like, Josh Allen's better than Jalen Hurts. Like, we don't need them to have that advantage. Like, the Bills seem like a team that would do it. And how did the Packers get fooled into doing this? I think I had to have been fooled. They've been swindled.
Mark Murphy. And that is how they've been swindled. This is the guy who, complicated fella.
He's a complicated fella.
Let's mark that for Molly Brown if we can, because doesn't she do the complicated fella? Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah. Oh, she does. That's right.
Yeah, let's mark that one down. You can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Carbs Talking text line. List is more. Molly Brown returns a week from tomorrow, and we are asking for Molly-isms as well. And so we will try to put together a montage of our favorite Molly Brown moments for when she returns. So that is definitely one of them. But yeah, Mark Murphy, famous in the WIAA. I mean, the guy constantly just makes gaffes. He's running the Packers. He's kind of a doofus.
We got to get the Chippewa Falls. We got to get the Chippewa Falls.
God, I mean, here's the problem. He carries himself like billionaires, as we see pretty regularly now, are kind of giant doofuses, and they don't really necessarily have social skills. But Mark Murphy's not a billionaire. So, like,
he's just a doofus without social skills?
Yes. So, like, that's the stranger part. Like, if you think of billionaires, you don't think this dude's cool. Like, nobody's like, you know who's cool? Zuck. Or Musk. Like, nobody's like, these guys are cool. Mark Cuban, kind of, but he's still a little stiff when he talks. Like, he's a little bit normal. But the billionaires, I think, in general, and then you think of owners, the McCaskies are weird. Like, they've inherited their money and it's been handed down. Like, I just think that billionaires are weirdos, but Mark Murphy's a weirdo, but he's not a billionaire. So it's just like somehow he's like kind of taking it in through his skin, through osmosis of like
he's hanging out with fellow
weird billionaires.
Owners, yeah.
Take that for data.
Because I just can't think of, I think we've had this discussion before, but like there's not a lot of cool owners, like sport team owners, where you're like, I want to hang with that guy.
Right.
Like I like the Chiefs, the Hunt family. Like, I don't think they're great. And like, I remember
they're notoriously cheap.
I was just going to say there was some sort of like blow up with the team where they wanted like new chairs and they in the locker room, and they put in like new like Office Max chairs. They didn't even put in like nice chairs for the players to sit in. Like, so they are notoriously cheap and they're billionaires. So I just think that a lot of them are so out of touch. But again, Mark Murphy, not a billionaire. So I don't understand how he's so out of touch. So somehow he got maybe in the billionaires club. Mm-hmm. He just got kind of towel slapped there. And,
I would
and he was
honestly
the one
say
that did
the
it.
only owners who have that sort of equity are like guys who come in, or guys or gals who come in after like a previous owner who was horrible. And now that by not being like the worst owner ever, they're seen as like these great people. I think of like the guy who owns the
Josh Harris from the Commanders.
Josh Harris for the Commanders, and he also has like it's actually a group too. And whenever you got Magic Johnson as part of the ownership group,
because he's not Dan Schneider, he's
exactly.
awesome dude.
Exactly.
Yes. Right? Like,
you're not garbage.
Yeah, you had a low bar to clear.
Yeah,
friend.
exactly. But that's what it is. Like that. Honestly, I can't think of any.
Well,
like
why
Jim
couldn't
said.
they have fooled that guy into submitting the anti-tush push rule?
Well, some people think he's a pretty smart guy. He turned the Commanders around in 2 years.
David Tepper with Carolina, their previous owner was pretty horrible, but David Tepper has been pretty bad.
Oh, he was the one who threw a drink at a Jags fan at the stands of a game.
But
I
like
believe,
Jerry
about 2 years
Richardson
ago.
was dancing around Dan Snyder territory, so pretty awful. But
Who say that again?
Jerry Richardson, I think that was.
Oh, he's the previous
yeah.
Panthers owner. Yeah,
Yes.
no, he was ousted for some bad things.
Yeah, David Tepper, not great though either.
No.
Tepper, excuse me. So yeah, obviously we settled in that billionaires are weird.
Yeah.
844-770-3776. Oh, yeah. Noah and Madison, nobody wants to hang out with the Raiders owner. Is that Mark Davis? He's got a weird haircut.
Yeah. It like took me off guard when you said it because I like went to the mental picture of this dude's haircut. It is.
And if you haven't
intense.
seen not Mark Murphy, it's honestly a haircut that Mark Murphy would have if he had hair. Like this would be, but the Mark Davis haircut is basically Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. Like it's
maybe worse.
Oh, worse, yes.
He's a complicated
There's
fellow.
a lot of forehead there.
A lot of forehead. I think there's some little waterfall going on in the back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're
A
right.
little mullety.
Yeah.
Might be more of a rat's tail than a mullet, to be honest.
So would you have felt better if the Raiders jumped in though?
Yeah.
But like the Raiders, like now you're in.
Well, only if it was just.
Now you're cahoots with Mark Davis.
Oh, you mean like if someone jumped in with the Packers and was like, yeah.
But if it's like the teams that submitted, the Packers, the Raiders, and it's like the biggest doofuses.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's better just to be solo on it.
I don't know. Maybe. It might be. It doesn't
You
feel
are
like.
the company you keep. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, no, you're probably right. If like the Giants go in and the
Giants owners are like
Tennessee goes in.
Well, I think
I'm more just thinking bad teams.
Yeah,
that
but
of
they're
course
not necessarily
gonna
like the
complain about
Giants
it.
have been like they're the
Isn't
Mara,
the Mara
family.
family?
Yeah, and you got the Rooney family with the Steelers. I don't know much about the Titans, but the Tepper and Davis come to mind as terrible owners, and then Murphy, whatever he is,
He's the president.
Yeah, so
bro.
Yeah, put some respect on his cringy name. 844-770-3776. Matt, tell us about Metcalf's Market.
Oh, I've been gone and I've missed Metcalf's Market. I've missed the amazing deals I can get with Metcalf's Rewards. I missed that amazing Piedmontese beef, the fantastic produce, and the huge cheese selection. Let me tell you what, there's not a great cheese selection out in Colorado. Not like we have here. So take advantage of it. Go to Metcalf's Market, see that amazing cheese section they got, and bring local home.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. What Matt missed coming up next.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Drum roll, please.
Carbless is here with refreshing new flavors. Introducing their Tropical Bliss Variety Pack. Let the summertime flavors of blood orange, watermelon, raspberry, and grapefruit whisk you away from the winter blues. New flavors, same great Carbless perks. Every handcrafted cocktail still has 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories. Find the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack in store wherever Carbless is sold and enjoy your winter passport to paradise. Grab a pack today and discover why less is more with Carbless.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck & Honey's. Get ready for an unforgettable evening of fine dining and exceptional bourbon. Join us on March 6th for an exclusive 4-course dinner at Buck & Honey's in Sun Prairie. Each course will be perfectly paired with the rich flavors of J. Henry bourbon, whiskey, cocktails, and pours. And that's not all. You'll have the chance to meet the master distiller himself, Joe Henry Jr., and hear firsthand the fascinating story behind the craft of J. Henry bourbon. Spots are limited. Visit buckandhoneys.com to reserve your seat today. I'll see you at Buck & Honey's.
When you've been seriously injured, you'll need a team with knowledge and experience to get the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
He's coming out, 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 he's coming out. It's there.
Not responding to us, but I did just see Brian D. from ESPN Milwaukee retweeted Diana Rossini. I think the rest of the league, he's retweeting Diana Rossini's tweet that the Green Bay Packers are the sole team that submitted the proposal to the NFL Competition Committee to ban the Tush Push. Brian D. from ESPN Milwaukee chimed in and said, I think the rest of the league should submit a proposal to ban the quote-unquote free play rule. God forbid anyone but the Packers get good at taking advantage of the rules. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. We're in the Everlight Solar Studio. Chrissy Birdsall in here as well. Primetime Wollersheim on the other side of the glass. Matt?
I like it, but that tweet's like 5 years too late. Like that when Rodgers was taking advantage of it, he was the best in the biz. No one else was using it the way he was able to get away with it. Now it's here and there, but I feel like he truly took advantage of the rule. And if someone did submit that, I would call him a little baby, and I would be like, I get it. It's something that one team's really good at, and not as many teams are as advanced at. And it's certainly very similar, like the Tush Push. You got two teams that are over 80% in success rate at it, and the rest of the league's under, I believe, Ryan, is what you had told me.
I think it's at 87% for the Eagles and the Bills success rate, and then I think the rest of the NFL was at 71%. And I don't know if that was just last season or multiple years.
So for me, like, I get it. I understand why people hate it. And D, like, you're not wrong. It's that tweet's about 5 years too short, too late. Would have been hilarious 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like,
before we get to what Matt missed, what do you think was more of an advantage, the Tush Push or the free play? Just Aaron's ability to. Nobody's executed like Aaron Rodgers.
It's probably the Tush Push, because that's something like when you need a yard, it's a play that's like guaranteed that you couldn't guarantee when the other team was going to give you a free play.
True. Well, because he would do it, yeah, it was twice, either the false start or the you didn't get off the field fast enough.
Or you didn't get off the field fast enough. Yeah. And so, he couldn't really audible a guy into, like, a bomb to really make it, like, a go for the end zone play every single time, because it was, just like sometimes it was random, sometimes it was he caught somebody off guard, but, like, you never knew when that was going to happen. So I think you got to take
the boom on it was very boom, though. I mean, it could hit.
Yeah.
I mean, one of those could be a full seasons of yardage from the Tush Push, not as many touchdowns.
That's true, but, like, the Tush Push was ran 42 times this year by the Eagles.
I agree with you.
Like, that is a little obscene. The Packers, how many times do you think they got that free play? Probably less than 20 in a season.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, that's not even really, like, this. The Eagles are taking full advantage of it, and there's no reason not to, but that's just how, like, sports and bands go. When something gets too far or too crazy or too far over the edge, that's when you got to roll it back. I'm a nut. The Eagles ran it 42 times this year. That's a lot of tush pushing.
It is. Jalen
Hurts. Even for
me. All right, let's get to what Matt missed.
Context is important.
Oh, man.
Except when you're an Olympic gold medalist.
Honestly, I have no idea who it is. Here we go, yo. Obviously, he's talking about, maybe...
It's time for What Matt Missed on Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Leinenkugel's. Flavor the moment.
Yeah, Matt Hamilton, while you were out flavoring the moment in Colorado, speaking of which Liney's were you enjoying out there in Denver?
They don't have Liney's out there in Denver, unfortunately. And I didn't think to pack any because I was so excited about the Blue Mountains. But if I was thinking about that Leinenkugel's beer out in Denver, it was certainly that summer shandy. There was one of the days out there yesterday, I believe, it was like 60 degrees. I was sitting on a patio. I was like, man, summer shandy from Leinenkugel's would flavor this moment perfectly right now. But the best part about Leinenkugel's, they've got plenty of flavors for every moment. So whether it's a summer shandy, the juicy peach, the Liney's original, they have got a flavor for you. Go check them out wherever you get delicious beers. And remember, you got to be 21 years or older to enjoy Liney's.
All right, let's get to what Matt missed.
All right, Matt Hamilton. So you were missing a lot out there in Denver while curling, but there was some other big action going on ESPN Madison's airwaves on Saturday. Let's see if you can recognize this call.
Runner goes for second. Capper to center. It's back. It's back. And it is up and it is gone. A walk-off homer for Vinny Capra.
Matt Hamilton, what game was that? What game was that on Saturday on 100.5 ESPN?
Well, that's clearly spring training Brewers baseball.
Hey!
And
wow!
who made the call?
Yes.
I have no idea.
You don't know who the Brewers' main play-by-play is?
No.
Really? Jeff Levering?
I kind of chose not to after the real play-by-play guy passed away.
Yeah, but
okay.
Yeah,
well,
but that's not.
Chose not to look into the new guy.
Okay, well,
new guy. He's been around for 9 years.
I'll hear him eventually.
With all due respect to Uke, I feel like he called like 5 innings a week. Like he was basically coming when you want to.
He was when he
could.
Yes.
But I am excited now that it's on our
on Matt
airwaves
Hamilton's
because my radio dial in the car kind of is stuck on 100.5.
Yeah.
So now that I got baseball playing on 100.5, I'll probably figure out who's doing the call.
ESPN Madison is your look. It took me a second. I was like, "Who is it?" And Jeff Levering. So, but we are the new home for Brewers baseball in Madison. Saturday was our first broadcast, and that was spring training game. I'll be honest, I don't know when our second broadcast is.
The second broadcast will not be for a few more weeks.
Okay.
I think that'll be towards mid-March.
Alrighty,
so I will say I also didn't know who did the Bucks, and now I'm fully aware because we carry the Bucks, right? So like this is just part of me.
Who's that?
Learning. Dave Kane, right?
Gabe Neitzel is the one who does the Bucks.
Oh,
Matt Hamilton.
Okay. Maybe. Sometimes.
Matt could not confirm nor deny
No,
whether that is
I've
true.
heard Gabe do it before, and we had him on the show like right before I left, and we're talking to him about doing.
Yeah, what day did we have him on the show? What did he come on to talk about again?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, what was the reason?
He was. I don't know. Someone was tired and didn't want to do it, so Gabe got to. I literally have no idea.
That was when they traded Chris Middleton?
That's right. That's why we had him on the show.
Does Dave Kane still do Virginia?
Virginia basketball?
Didn't he do that before this, or does he not have anything in between?
I do not know what Dave Kane does outside of his Bucks responsibilities. I know he does it with FanDuel Sports Network every once in a while, which is why Gabe sometimes gets the call up to do play-by-play on the ESPN Madison airwaves and for the Bucks radio network. All right, well, we'll keep it moving, keeping it in baseball. Okay. Matt Hamilton, there were some comments from speaking of professional owners or owners of professional sports teams. There's one owner who got himself in hot water last week.
I don't preoccupy myself too much with firmer upper limits because we've never even been close to that. My goal would be to compete the same way we competed for 20 years or whatever. Murph talked about this, and the other clubs regard us. They don't, it's not the big markets. Anybody we play, they know they're in for a tough series always.
Who's that talking and how he knows that no matter who they play, they're in for a tough series there, Matt?
Is that Mark Antanasio? I don't know how to say his last name, but Mark, our owner.
What's with all these cringy owners having the name Mark? Mark Davis, Mark Murphy. Now he's not an owner, but he's pseudo-owner.
Yeah.
Mark Atanasio, yes, talking about how
Atanasio. Okay.
Talking about the Brewers, they might not be the biggest market team, and as we found out and we did during Minute to Win It last week, we realized they were the smallest market in all of the MLB. But hey, man, at least teams always know they're up for a good fight when they face the Brewers, because
scrappy team.
Not like they're a World Series team ever, because it's not like it's his job to field a World Series team.
We're just here for a good time.
Literally.
Where are the juice boxes and oranges?
Vibes guy.
Yeah, indeed. Definitely a vibes guy.
Yeah, you want a vibes guy on your team. I don't know if you want the team owner to be the vibes guy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And Mark Atanasio, I don't think, is a very good vibes guy.
But Atanasio, I don't think... Is he a billionaire? The Brewers are worth $1 billion? I don't know how that works.
He is. I looked it up last week. His net worth is estimated at $700 million. Okay. The Brewers are worth, I believe, $1.4 billion estimated.
Okay, so he's not quite to that billionaire status, but he's...
Well, I don't know. The team he owns is over $1 billion, so how does that not his net worth?
I don't know, but I would say he's in that weirdo category.
Definitely in the weirdo
category.
Honestly,
I would love someone to chime in 844-770-3776, and the Carbos Talking text line list is more. Can you give me the name of a normal billionaire?
Normal billionaire.
Just like someone that's just regular, not a complete psychopath.
Just who's billionaire or owner, like team owner?
Just billionaire.
Who's the one that does?
I can't do. I don't team owner. What I'm trying to expand the field.
Like, who's the guy that Sir Richard Brandt? Is that his name?
Branson.
The one who does
Richard Branson.
He's dead though, isn't he?
Is he?
No.
I don't think so. But why don't we keep going on one end? We'll come back around to Sir Richard Branson and whether or not he's still with us.
Or weird.
Not dead. Well, he is eccentric.
He is eccentric. All right. Well,
but he's a good, kind of more of a fun weird.
Speaking of guys who want some extra money, Matt, let's see if you can guess. Yeah, well, all of us. But one specific guy in the NFL who's looking for some extra money this offseason.
Those guys actually have a fine relationship. This was nothing that is between them. Nothing that is personally. This is a money issue. If he wants to be paid more than $50 million, they've given the agent, Jimmy Sexton, one of the best agents in all of football, both college football with the coaches, and of course in the NFL with coaches and players, they've given him the freedom to go seek out what might be some teams that would be of interest, and if those teams would pay him. And guess what? There are teams that are willing to pay him more.
Matt, now that I'll give you the hint that is about a aging veteran quarterback who's gauging interest about possibly being paid over $50 million per year this offseason.
Well, I know the Darnold conversation was right around like 40, so I can't all of a sudden see like Darnold being
aging
50.
Aging veteran.
Is that Matt Stafford?
That would be a Matt Stafford. Well done, Matt Hamilton.
He is an aging veteran. I hope he gets some money somewhere in the AFC.
In the AFC?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people floating the Vikings out there.
I've not seen that one yet.
Here's the thing. I can't understand how the Vikings would... Like, if you're literally just waiting for like a 1 year kind of like stopgap still, so your rookie, well now eventually soon to be second year player has like a full season with health to run the offense and the practice squad and whatnot, why would you not just give Sam Darnold money for 1 more year?
I don't think Sam Darnold's willing to accept a 1-year contract. I think he needs at least 2 to 3. He wants to cash in.
No, I mean, I guess I understand that, but is Matt Stafford looking for a 1-year deal?
Probably. He might.
Maybe. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of money for a guy who's like, oh, just 1 year.
Who do you think would be better with the Vikings for 1 year? Matt Stafford or Aaron Rodgers?
I mean,
Stafford.
It would be hilarious and terrible at the same time. Like, I would hate the whole, like, bit that Aaron Rodgers literally followed in Brett Favre's footsteps and, like, they have followed the same playbook their entire career. That would be kind of funny because I do think the Packers could finish ahead easily in the division ahead of the Vikings. If they had Stafford, though, I think that could be quite the battle.
You said they'd finish ahead of them easily if who was the quarterback?
Rodgers.
So if you're Aaron Rodgers.
If my good close friend Aaron Rodgers was on the Vikings, I think the Packers beat them in the division. If it was Stafford, I think it would be a little bit more of a coin flip.
Okay. God, Stafford. He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, if he has a normal year, he's going to be one of only 7 or 8 QBs of all time to have thrown for 400 touchdowns, but then also he'll throw for well over 60,000 yards. Like, he's climbing up. He's top 10 in yards and touchdowns so far in NFL history, and he's got a Super Bowl win. But Stafford to the Vikings is bad news for the entire NFC North.
Yeah.
Because he is Sam Darnold on steroids. I mean, it's, again, like, I like Jared Goff. I like Sam Darnold. I like those stories, and it's fun. But Matthew Stafford, talent-wise, the way people talk about him is the way that, like, you would talk about the great comedians, the great actors. Like, he's a quarterback's quarterback. Like, so many quarterbacks, like, no, honestly, like, Stafford's the best. Like, he just doesn't have the opportunity with some of those teams, but the throws he can make and the plays he makes are unbelievable. We did ask a question before we wrap up what Matt missed and take a break here. I asked for non-insane billionaires. You said Sir Richard Branson. I'll give you that one. He's a little kooky, but he's got $3 billion. He's 74 years old. We did have someone chime in, and I confirmed it. But Jake from the East Side said LeBron James is a billionaire, and he is. So LeBron would be high on the list. Matt in Madison says normal billionaires don't draw attention to themselves. Judy Faulkner of Epic, which we were talking about off the air, about how it's a good place to, like, go hang. Like, if you want to, like, especially when it's not nice outside, you can go walk around Epic, which is pretty crazy. She does a lot of great things for the community. I don't know her, so I guess that's the one thing, though. If you are a billionaire and you are like a little weird, like, if you just fade into the background, nobody knows.
No one knows.
I think that's probably I think you're ranking billionaires. LeBron James, you want to talk about a self-made billionaire? That's LeBron James.
Yeah.
I mean, he took his skill and then obviously multiplied it with business sense and all that to become a billionaire. I wonder if, like, Magic Johnson.
He's a part owner of the Commanders. He's in the ownership group, I should say.
He's in a few different ownership. Is he still with the Dodgers?
He was at one point. I don't know. I think he might have pulled that money out to be with the Commanders. I just love that after every Commanders game, he puts out the mandatory Magic Johnson tweet.
His tweets are. You know what? On the other side, I'm just gonna read because they're so funny, and we're talking about weirdo billionaires and team owners. Magic's great, but he's also kind of a weirdo.
I don't know if he falls into the weirdo category or the normal category, to be honest.
But his tweets, I don't know if they're on purpose or not, but they are like AI generated tweets. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Turnovers and sloppy down the stretch. Wisconsin shocked by Oregon on home court, 77-73 in overtime Saturday. Bucky blowing a 17-point lead in the second half. Post-game words from Greg Gard on the uncharacteristic play.
It doesn't sit well with everybody, and we beat ourselves. We haven't done that. I don't know if we've done that all year, to be able to rebound and bounce back. And fortunately, this isn't like football where you have to sit 7 days, wait for your next game. We're going to play again on Tuesday night, get it out of our system, and get improve the areas that we need to improve.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Our team installs year-round, so why wait? Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Outside In. That's what we call our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the cool stuff you want outside in your yard displayed inside. Patios, decks, pavers, and an automated pergola, fire pit, outdoor kitchen, a putting green, and in-ground pool. Even a converting 3-season room that's either outside or inside. We are Outdoor Living Unlimited. Your outdoor living potential awaits you at our Outside In showroom, 2018 South Stoughton Road. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Matt Buckman from Cambridge High School. You're a Blue Jay.
Yep.
What's it like to be a Blue Jay?
Oh, it's great. The support from everyone here in the school, it's a great place to be.
Play football and also golf. You had a conference championship in football.
Yep.
Going for a conference championship in basketball.
Yep.
So going for the trifecta this year, right?
Yep.
All three. How does football impact basketball, golf, and how do they kind of relate for you?
Our football coach, Coach Nellis, he always preaches to all of us about how important it is to be 3-sport athletes. And he likes to take guys who played in the Super Bowl and say, well, like 80% of those guys played 3 sports in high school. And so I think there is like some truth to that.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Oh, yeah. Round and round they go. I get around.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. No Molly Brown, she's back next Tuesday. She's out with babies. Matt Hamilton, the show's baby's here.
Hey, everybody.
Gold medal anniversary day for him 8 years ago, so congratulations again to Matt Hamilton. Chrissy Birdsall in
So I think it's 7 years ago because it would be an Olympic year if it was 8.
Bro, this is you said 8 years.
I know. I want to just correct myself for being wrong. I'm a nut. Not correct you. That was me.
Honestly, that makes more sense because I felt like Nola was around. I didn't know you then, but like Nola was a little older than one. Right. So it's just I was trying to put it all together. Primetime Wollersheim behind the glass, and you can get into the show 844-770-3776. That's the Carlos Talking text line. List is more our signing limited poll question. Can you give us the results here, Prime? Because I have the Magic Johnson tweets loaded up, so I can't get to the signing limited poll question results so far. But is the Packers submitting a proposal to ban the Tush Push cringe? Matt Hamilton thinks so. I agree with Matt. I love that Matt's first response was like, ew.
Yeah, it was kind of ew.
As of right now, it's at 64% agree with Matt Hamilton that it is cringe. It is ew.
All right, so Irvin Magic Johnson. We stumbled onto his tweets because I asked the question because Mark Murphy is the person who would have submitted this to the Rules Committee about the cringy sort of like, hey, let's not do the Tush Push. And then we kind of talked about billionaire owners. And there's just... I would imagine, like, if I was a billionaire, even if you were normal, you'd start getting weird. Like, you're just not around people. Like, you just... It's the same case I made, like, for, like, Brett Favre getting kind of a pain in a diva towards the end. Same with Aaron Rodgers. You start losing normal people in your life. You start getting connected with yes people, and you just get a little bit out there. Yeah. And the more money you make, I don't think it helps anything. So, we have Irvin Magic Johnson. Just some gems from him. So, Irvin Magic Johnson on February 22nd. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick is doing a fantastic job on both ends of the court. With Luka scoring 32 tonight and 3 other 20-point performances, the Lakers have a lot of offensive firepower. I mean, like, these are all nice. It's just like you're Magic Johnson. Big win for my Spartans, 75-62 over the Wolverines. There were 4 keys to victory for the Spartans. Great adjustments by Coach Izzo and his staff at halftime. Excellent defense and rebounds. So it's just they're all like, you'd think like PR releases from the team. And it's just hilarious.
Do you think he has someone proofread his tweets?
I don't know. It's become a thing. And I feel like he's in on it now. Prime or even Chrissy. Well, you said you didn't really follow him much online. But it's just, it almost seems like a bit.
I mean, the best bits are the ones you commit to, so he's clearly going all in on it.
I will give him credit that I don't think it started as a bit, and now I think he's in on it.
I don't think he's in on it.
You think this is true?
I think this is just magic. I think he's just an older guy who doesn't really understand social media, and he thinks this is just how you put out stuff online.
Again, because this is just like, he could have not seen the Kendrick, this is one from the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar brought down the house tonight in the halftime performance. I loved his song selection, and production was amazing. SZA sounded great, and I love seeing my friend Serena Williams and my good friend Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam. It's just like,
you could have asked AI to tweet that.
Right. And so it's just funny because you think like Magic Johnson, you watch him play basketball, and there's pizzazz, there's flair, there's a personality to it. And you hear, when he would do interviews back in the day, he used to be on NBC doing basketball coverage and stuff. He's got a lot of personality. And his tweets are just I'm just going to say mundane, hey, ChatGPT, can you just give me a generic response for tonight? Honestly, it's if I asked you a question, a lot of stuff comes off you don't know the answer, so you just pull up the box score and be yeah, the game went the Badgers game was bad. I was sad that they gave up. I gave up a 17-point lead. Very disappointing.
That was a bummer. Hey, I think maybe that's what he does.
Maybe
he's just might be a box score hero as well.
He is a funny bad tweeter to follow. We will
noted.
I want to get to some questions that we could ask Goody that he won't answer, but maybe we want him to answer. We'll do that on the other side. This is Jim Matt Mai, presented by Coors Light.
Dane County's largest selection of the all-new 2025 Equinox has arrived at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Lease the 25 Chevy Equinox LT for just $299 per month. New colors, more storage, and all-new tech. 36-month, 30,000-mile lease. Must qualify for lease loyalty or conquest rebate. $19.95 due at signing plus taxes and fees. To approved credit through GM Financial. No security deposit. Visit Zimbrick Chevrolet Sun Prairie and ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Offer ends March 3rd.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Milwaukee Brewers Baseball on ESPN Madison. Listen to every game this season, starting with opening day on March 27th, right here on Madison's new home for Milwaukee Brewers Baseball, 100.5 ESPN. And we had the spring training debut of Milwaukee Brewers Baseball on ESPN on Saturday. The Brewers getting a big win after Anthony Cappa walked it off 8-7 against the Cincinnati Reds. Brewers today taking on the Seattle Mariners, and at the bottom of the eighth, at the end of the eighth inning, Brewers currently down 12-8. Mariners took a lead after a 3-run home run in the top of the eighth. Circle back for more news and information over at ESPNWisconsin.com and catch every Brewers game this season right here on 100.5 ESPN. And while you're over at ESPNWisconsin.com, you can get a little more info on the Packers submitting a proposal to possibly prohibit the tush push going forward. Yes, per Diana Rossini of The Athletic, the Packers were the only team to submit a proposal to eliminate the play, popularized by the Eagles, Bills, and others. Head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more news and coverage from NFL Vice President Troy Vincent.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or MetroKiaofMadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just oh my God, this guy's gonna swing on Jim. Okay, he's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Well, there's one team that is this isn't fair. I don't like it. They're always getting 1 yard whenever they want it. And instead of just remaining anonymous, because let's be real, if you're going to do that, you better do it anonymously, because you're going to seem like such a baby. And now Rossini throws him under the bus. It's hey, guess what, guys? It was the Packers. The Packers are the soft ones.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Jim, Matt, and Molly. It's no longer after dark. Matt Hamilton, which is nice. I feel like every day we get a little bit more daylight. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. We're in the Everlight Solar Studio with Chrissy Birdsall and Primetime Roller Shine. We are presented by Coors Light. From Mountain Blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Look out there. Now today, despite how warm it is, a little bit, it looks dreary outside because the sun's not shining, but
Right.
it's a nice day.
I mean, when I landed, it was beautiful. When I came into town right around 2 o'clock, sunny skies. It was awesome. Good to be home.
So I do want to get to questions that we could ask Goody that he's not going to answer. I'll get that in a minute. But I do want to ask the audience, maybe this is a Jim, Matt, and Molly poll question. You can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Carlos Talking text line. This is more. I'm obviously over winter. And, it's just too dark, too long. Like, at least now it's brighter outside. Look, anyone that works later understands, if you leave the office and it's dark, it's kind of a bummer. It's all kind of, you get up in the morning, it's dark, you go to bed, it's dark. So it's nice for it to start to kind of change here. I'm looking forward to that. And then it's starting to warm up. So I'm always ahead of the curve on this. And honestly, I feel like it's usually March.
Ahead of the curve. It's a good way to put it.
Just like I want to start putting away winter clothes early. So for an example, and a lot of it has to do with, my wife teases me, I have a lot of clothes. And so, but my football clothes, when the Chiefs lost Super Bowl, fold it up, put it away. I got a container full of NFL clothes. And so maybe I'll have a t-shirt out. But look, I have a lot of t-shirts to roll through. So I'll just put away my Bears and other shirts for a little bit and bring them out mid to late summer. It gets a little closer to football season. Okay. But then, I have a big, hefty winter coat. And today I was like, you know what? I'm bringing it down to the basement. We have a closet down there. I'm going to hang it up down there and bring up a couple other coats that are more fall, spring coats. I still have 2 winter type coats that, unless it's negative 100, I should be fine in. I think that the nasty sort of that winter vortex stuff we just had is kind of past. So I'm moving some of the heavy duty winter clothes I have. Not all my winter clothes, like long sleeves, things like that, still out. But I'm just moving some of the heavy duty stuff. I'm not bringing shorts. I'm not wearing shorts. I'm not Jesse Nelson. I'm not going to start wearing shorts because it's 50 degrees. I'm assuming he wore shorts today.
Probably.
What? Jesse wear shorts
I didn't
today?
double check. I should have been more diligent.
I mean, this is definitely a Jesse Nelson shorts day.
He texted us last week, and I believe he said that shorts wouldn't be coming out until the baseball season actually starts on 100.5 ESPN. I think that's his cutoff, opening day.
We'll see
So
on that.
April?
He seems like a shorts and hoodie guy.
I mean, it is going to be 50 degrees again this week. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, so we should maybe take some bets on that. But I don't put out the shorts and I don't bring out the summer clothes, but I just pack away some heftier winter clothes around this time of year.
I think you might have jinxed us, though.
Me?
Yeah, I would bank on 1 more or 2 more really cold days because you got rid of your
right. But
heavy
1 or
winter
2 more
jacket.
days, it's okay, fine, I'll figure it out for a day or two. It's when you need the long stretch. Also, I didn't send it to Siberia, pun intended. It's just in the basement. I can go get it if it's super cold.
All right. Well, I hope that wasn't a jinx. We'll see.
So when do you start packing stuff away?
Well,
so that'll be
I
a
have
poll
terrible
question.
storage at my house.
Okay.
It's just whether does it live upstairs or downstairs? Right now, my wife kind of realizes I also have too much stuff, so all my stuff is going to live downstairs. So my winter coats are going to live next to the spring jackets and fall jackets. It's just all in one spot, so I don't really have to worry about rotating things in and out. I've just been banished to the basement.
So in my old house that we lived in, it was a ranch style house in a finished basement. In the finished basement, there was a storage closet space, but it also had space for clothes. That was my closet.
Yeah.
Because upstairs it was a ranch style home. It was not a true master. So it had it could fit a queen bed. It had a normal closet in there. It wasn't a lot of space. So my wife just used that as her closet, and then I got banished to the basement.
Yeah.
But there was also I was only obviously 2 daughters, my wife, the bathroom I used was the finished bathroom in the basement. The basement was very nice and finished, and so probably the nicest part of the house because it was the newest part of the house. So I wasn't complaining, but it was still in the morning I'm I gotta go downstairs and
to get ready.
Yeah, and shower and all that kind of stuff in the basement. So I understand it. Prime, I guess we'll ask a question 844-770-3776. When do you start putting away your winter clothes? I guess we'll go March, April, May. What month do you start
you did
doing
it in February.
I know. So
I would say February, March, April. I think May. I think by May everyone's put them away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
so
it's
February,
like a crazy cold year.
So let's do late Feb, March, or April. Obviously, you're a lunatic if you're doing like early February.
Yeah.
But I'm over winter, and I'm trying to manifest it being warmer.
That's the jinx. You can't manifest weather, Jim.
Yeah, but can a jinx override global warming? Like that's the other part of it here. Now, I think some people probably do believe
alleged global warming.
I think some people would believe a jinx more than global warming, but I would say that that's working in my favor as well. TJ from the Road chimes in. Potential for another polar vortex next 10 days per Fox. 10 days? Fox? I believe none of that. Get into the show, 844-770.
Call us about your polar vortexes.
6. I moved during a polar vortex, and I got this was for Flash. Dolly was not with us yet, so Flash, my old dog, we had the thing where like and she never really used it. I think we took it camping, but like the little thing you twist into the ground, and you'd like hook a dog leash to it, and so if like we're camping, sometimes we'll do that.
So it's like a corkscrew
thing, but it's all metal. So I was carrying it and putting it in my truck, and by this point I had borrowed a truck from Sidman Chevy in Mount Harbor because I didn't have one then. I was driving like a sedan or something, so I borrowed a truck from Sidman Chevy in Mount Harbor to move, and the corkscrew thing slipped and touched my lip for a second. I wiped it off, but it ripped off like my whole bottom lip because where it touched, because it was like that's how cold it was. We had to move.
Oh,
basically
instantly froze onto your lip.
Basically the equivalent of what it was a couple days ago. And so like thank God we had movers. And I think honestly I just would have left my stuff otherwise because it was so cold. Like the movers, we just had to move some things in the backyard. But even then I got injured. It was so cold. It just touched my lip for a second, and it was wet and just ripped it right off.
No polar vortexes for you.
No, I will
That's
never
why you
forget.
got to keep that winter coat at easy access upstairs.
Now,
closet.
I have other winter coats. I'm not packing away all my winter coats. I'm just packing away my hefty bag winter coat, where it's like a big. I look at the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Polar vortex is nothing to fool around with, Jim.
Obviously, I see that now.
Pressure.
844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. This is more. So, Goody speaks to the media tomorrow, and we want to say we're a little twist on this question. We'll post this one at ESPN Madison. If you could give Goody some truth serum, extra Coors Lights, whatever it is, what question would you want him to honestly answer? You get one of them. So the question would be, does the team want Jair back? Do the Packers really need a wide receiver one? I guess this one says the breakup with Aaron Rodgers. So
Did you break up with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, how about
broke up with who?
Yeah.
Okay. And then did he really want Aaron Jones back?
Interesting.
So 844-770-3776. If Goody was forced to answer one of those honestly.
Well, is there any other questions you guys would rather ask? Those are the ones I came up with.
I like those.
Matt?
Not off the top of my head. I think those are pretty good.
I'm glad you read it before the start of the show.
No, I did, and I was like, okay, we must be going with this. So when you threw me a curveball,
where am I? What's going on?
Better? You got anything better?
I asked you to come with a question.
Oh yeah, give me 5 minutes. All the
That's
better.
fair.
All
He
the
did
better
spring the
than
question.
that.
He was aware of them.
Anyone on the talking text line as well, the fans listening, if
Yeah.
you have a different question that you would want to ask Brian Gutekunst and he has to answer honestly, send it to us. We might add that on the poll.
Yeah.
What do you think of Mark- what do you think of Mark
answer it
Murphy?
as if I'm Goody. I'll give you Goody's answer.
What do you think of Mark Murphy? You know what?
He's a complicated fella.
I like that idea. Let me tell you about Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. Madison's custom jeweler, Madison's family-owned jeweler. Whether it is staying out of the doghouse, getting out of the doghouse, engagement rings, fixing jewelry, wedding bands, bracelets. There's so many necklaces. There's so many amazing things at Chalmers Jewelers, family-owned, and it is also locally owned. Chalmers Jewelers, Madison's custom jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. I'm going to go break a little early here because on the other side, we're going to ask Matt Hamilton questions, and he's going to answer like he is Goody. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN.
Lillard's going to tee up a three, and he splashes it through for the left wing.
Brought to you by Bucks Plus Audio, the official home of the Bucks Podcast Network.
The win streak continues for the Bucks over the weekend with a 104-101 win against the Wizards in D.C. on Friday night, and then 28 points from this guy in a clutch performance late on Sunday.
Here's the lineup for the Bucks. Lillard fires up a three, and he hits it from straight on. Rattles it through a big-time bucket from a big-time bucket getter.
28 points from Dame Lillard in a 120-113 Bucks win in Milwaukee over the Heat. It's their fourth straight win. They'll take on the Rockets in Houston on Tuesday night before a huge matchup on Thursday night against the Denver Nuggets.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Bucks Plus Audio.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the belt line at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out. All right, Madison, let's face it. Predicting the bracket is hard, but enjoying a month of nonstop college basketball is easy, especially when it's paired with the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Bud Light is giving you a shot to attend the ultimate watch party in Vegas for the final days of the tournament. Just go to budlight.com/easypicks to enter for your chance to win. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 plus. Begins on 1/6/25 and ends 3/30/25. Multiple entry periods. Visit budlight.com/easypicks for free entry deadlines, and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
Brewers baseball is in the air.
It's back, and it is up, and it is gone. A walk-off homer for Vinny Capra.
Spring back into the baseball season on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's new home of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I am Jim Rutledge. He is Matt Hamilton, Chrissy Birdsall. Primetime Wallerstein with you in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. Matt Hamilton from Mountain Blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
So you can chime in, 844-770-3776 on the Carbos Talking text line. List is more. You can ask Matt Hamilton a question, and he will answer it as Goody. But I will start first. Asking Matt Hamilton questions, and he will reply as if he's Goody. Goody is answering questions at the NFL Combine tomorrow morning. I think he speaks with local media first and then national media. Every team is doing it. The Combine starts on Wednesday, but the coaches and GMs and things like that will talk tomorrow. So, Goody, do you guys want Jair back?
Well, you know,
now you have truth serum.
Yep. we had a pretty good team this year. We were able to put some pieces around in the DB and corner positions that made a lot of sense for us. And I really like what I saw moving forward here. Jair was only on the field a short bit of the time, so I don't think we need Jair to accomplish what we were trying to accomplish here on the Green Bay Packers.
I like that. Prime, I think the answer that I think a lot of fans are just more succinct, bleep no. Like, that's probably, I like it. You're doing a full-on Goody, so I enjoy it.
I'm trying to give you the way Goody would answer. And I'm telling you what I think the truth serum is as well, but Goody's not just going to say bleep.
I like the way you're doing it. So,
okay.
Sadler chimes in. I don't think either of these are an option, but heck, Sadler took the effort to chime in, so we'll ask it. Are you going to cut or trade A.J. Dillon? I think he was on a one-year deal.
You know what? A.J. Dillon's just on one-year deal, so he's going to walk. We wish him the best. I really hope he does a good job out wherever he plays, but it ain't in Green Bay anymore.
Remember when they re-signed him, and it was like a big thing of like, why are they even bringing him back? And then he just...
For the vibes.
It was for the vibes. It was fully for the vibes. At least he got to be vibey on the sidelines, I guess.
I mean,
injuries suck, but yeah. Hope the best for AJ.
Yeah. So it's good.
Injuries.
Oh, no.
Injuries suck, yes, but also A.J. Dillon's close to
He
that.
wasn't great. He wasn't great.
That you want to describe his play,
he was
closer to that.
He was the Roundy's version of Eddie Lacy. Yeah. Pretty much what
Roundy's
he was.
brand.
Roundy's brand, yes, exactly. Same arc, too. 1 or 2 years of people really getting high on him. Eddie Lacy actually was really good for 1 or 2 years. He was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
A.J. Dillon, we all thought could be the number 1 running back at one point.
He's in the Jake Kumarau, Jared Abadaris, you're a mascot.
He's better than that.
We like
no.
He was better than
No,
that.
he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He fell into that exact same
nice rookie
Packers
season.
lore.
What was Jake Kumarau's career high for receptions? It had to be 16.
Okay, but when you juxtapose, he was a second-round pick. The fact that he's beloved and not hated is actually a win.
I don't know if he's that beloved at this point, to be honest.
Throwing away a second-round pick on A.J. Dillon, pretty brutal.
I mean, they've had must-worse picks. They had Josiah DeGuara the next round, Jim.
Right.
Come on,
I'm
there
just
are
saying,
levels
just
to
because
this.
that pick was also bad doesn't make
AJ's any better.
He barely in one season accomplished what Saquon Barkley did this season.
Okay, well, it's Saquon.
But I'm saying, it's just 4 seasons. It's not like I'm comparing 2 years. 4 years of A.J. Dillon is barely one season
so
of
Saquon
Barkley.
Barkley is the 4 seasons, the hotel. What hotel
One
is
season.
AJ? He's the one season?
Yeah. No season.
Off season.
Yeah. Off season. That's fun.
Door County season.
Yeah. All right.
Quad season.
Do the Packers need a wide receiver 1?
Well, we got a really great group of guys here, and they're growing, they're learning with Jordan Love. I don't think we need a number 1, but you better believe we're going to try and get one.
Why does Goody have a southern drawl?
I don't know. That's kind of how he looks like he should talk with a
There's
southern
nothing
drawl.
southern about Goody.
He looks like he should have a southern drawl.
I like the addition of the southern
He is
drawl.
Wisconsin through and through. He went to Eau Claire.
I know, but the slick back hair kind of gives me that I just took off my cowboy hat vibes.
Oh, cowboy. So he's Texas.
It's southern.
You are all over the place.
Wait, do you really think that cowboy hats can only be worn by people from Texas?
I mean, I don't see many people in Alabama wearing cowboy hats.
You got to go a little more west.
Western Bama. Okay.
Western, yeah.
I see. Down by Mobile.
I feel like Georgia people wear cowboy hats.
Yeah, but they're all over New Mexico and Colorado and Arizona. The West is where cowboy.
The South. You're talking about the
Arizona is not the South.
What are we doing,
Ryan? What are you doing?
Well, no, Arizona's Southwest.
I'm just trying to give you Goody stuff, and you're just nitpicking away
Arizona
at my Goody
is
accent.
In the southern half of the United States, yes, but it is not the South, Matt.
Yeah, that is okay.
No, he's right. The South is Arkansas, Missouri,
the SEC,
Bama. Yeah. Now Arizona might be in the SEC.
So it's got to be middle South.
It's in the southern half of the country, but it's more southwest. It's closer to California than it is Alabama.
True.
On many levels.
That is true.
Alrighty. I like the accent because I also always used to laugh northern Wisconsin people. They listen to a lot of country music. I swear some of them start sounding like they're from the South, a little country. So
they like to put a little twang in there.
And look, if we all watched Making a Murderer, parts of Wisconsin are closer to the South than we want to admit. All right, the breakup of Aaron Rodgers, was that mutual? Was that Packers or was that Aaron?
Oh, Aaron. I didn't like the direction he was taking things with his off-field preparations, and I felt that it was best if we parted ways and I got Jordan Love to replace him, and the timing couldn't have been better for the Packers. So I'm glad Aaron Rodgers is gone and out of his darkness retreat. He couldn't pick up my phone calls, and that's fine because we got Jordan Love, and we're better now.
All right, TJ from the road chimes in with a hard hitter. Will the Packers go all in for Myles Garrett?
Well, there's levels to all in here. As we GMs like to say, there's different levels to all in. Now, I could get you an edge rusher, but I don't know if it's going to be Myles Garrett. But I could call it all in if it make you feel any better. Long answer short, because I have this true serum, no, I'm not going to go all in for Myles Garrett because I didn't draft him.
I love that. I would fall on the floor if Goody referenced Meek Mill, because that's kind of what you're referencing there with levels to this. Is that who sings that?
What song?
Levels.
Levels by Avicii?
No, I thought it was Meek Mill.
Depends.
Levels to this.
Can you sing the song first quickly,
No,
Jim?
Philadelphia Eagles, the last time they won a title, that was kind of Nick.
That was Dreams and Nightmares.
Right,
but
but
Meek
also-
Mill is the guy who is.
But he also does that one too, right, though?
I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't trying to reference anything.
All right.
So if you're giving me credit for a deep pull, it wasn't intentional.
Thank you.
That was a Magic Johnson right there.
Yeah.
You pull the reference. You didn't even realize you were referencing that.
Some 2013 Meek Mill levels. We can come back to it maybe if you can find
Can
a clean
we?
version. I don't know. Also, just FYI, according to Google AI, Texas is the state that buys the most cowboy hats. And then Wyoming is up there as well.
Wow, pretty far north for cowboy hat. If you ask Ryan Wollersheim.
I never said it was the South. I said it was Texas.
South.
You said it was in Georgia.
I never said anything about Georgia.
Excuse me. You said Alabama.
I said that I feel like people in Georgia wear cowboy
People
hats.
in Georgia?
Yeah.
All right, here's all right. Now I just got to finish this off here. I don't know what this website is, the top10s.com. Top 10 cowboy states in America. I don't know how they define cowboy states, but here's what we're rolling with. Texas, Wyoming, Oklahoma. No pushback, right?
Nope.
New Mexico. There.
Yep.
California.
Northern California, part where Josh Allen's from. I could see it.
Yeah,
Fireball.
anywhere in the Northern California area, east of the immediate Bay Area, you will see. Look, they have more cows. They're the dairy state, the true dairy state,
True.
so I guess that's fair. Montana.
Yep.
South Dakota.
By that.
Craft.
Arizona's on the list.
Of course it is.
But you're both right. When you say the South, you're thinking Mason-Dixon line in like a specific area. Arizona's in the South, but it's Southwest.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, one of the most famous cowboys ever is OK Corral. That's Arizona,
You're
man.
both right. The way he's referring to the South,
Yeah.
he's talking SEC. You're talking about Cowboys.
Right.
9, Colorado, where you just were. And number 10, Kansas.
Kansas. So your Georgia didn't make it to the list.
Well, yeah.
Kansas is kind of a curveball. I would not have expected that.
Really?
I mean, I guess it makes sense when you consider it's next to Oklahoma.
I just say, like, what do you know about Kansas? I know nothing. So
There's a bunch of cattle
Jayhawks.
rustling.
Jeff Grimes was the offensive coordinator there for a year.
Lance Leipold's their head coach.
Yeah.
AJ Storr plays basketball there.
Lawrence is apparently Coal Town.
Who's the old guy, Dickinson from Michigan?
Hunter Dickinson.
He's 72 years old. He's still playing for Kansas.
If Kansas did not have the University of Kansas, would we know anything about it?
I'm going to go with no based off what you guys just said.
Yeah.
Jordy Nelson went to Kansas State.
But did you
So
say
non-athletics?
Yeah.
Non-athletics?
Non-college
Goodness
athletics.
gracious. What is a non-athletic notable thing about Kansas?
Are the
Like the
Royals
show-
in Kansas City,
show-
Kansas?
Kansas City Royals.
But is that
That's
Missouri?
sports, guys.
But is
I
that
know.
Missouri?
I don't know. The Chiefs are Missouri.
Yes.
I feel like the Royals are also Missouri.
I think you're right.
The show Gunsmoke took place in Kansas, Dodge City, Kansas.
Okay.
Hey, that's not sports.
Corral.
That's not sports.
Hey, you got it. You got it.
You guys were struggling to find something non-sports.
Winner chicken dinner on that one. All right.
Kansas rules.
Did you really want to,
Let's
Goody?
go.
Going back to asking Goody questions by Goody. It's Matt Hamilton with a non-distinct Southern accent. Answering questions as Goody.
As Goody.
Did you really want Aaron Jones back?
Oh, I love that guy, Aaron Jones. He was a great contributor to this football team. He just couldn't stay on the field enough. We wanted to pay him $14 million just the same as we're paying Josh Jacobs right now, but Josh gave us 17 good games of football. Aaron Jones could not stay on the field, so we wish him the best. Good luck up in Minnesota, but no, we did not want Aaron Jones back.
You know what his accent, Matt's accent, sounds a lot like? Do you guys see the show? I think it was the show. I know he was in the movie. I believe he was in the show. The same actor. But Buddy Garrity from Friday Night Lights. I think he was like a car salesman.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, and he...
And his daughter dated the quarterback.
Yeah, he was in Texas. He's the main booster for the high school. And you kind of got
that's the draw I've got going right now.
A little bit.
I think it's honestly, guys. I don't think it had anything to do with Goody. I think it's the fact that I'm wearing the jean jacket, and that is 100% of the reason I got this accent going. I tell you what.
You think Goody wears a jean jacket?
Yeah.
No. He and Luke Fickle, both vest guys.
Yeah.
I think they're both like business vest.
Ted Thompson was a jorts with white socks and New Balance, not ironically sort of look there.
I mean, that's a cool look
with a
now.
whitewash sweatshirt.
Did he and Brett
that would be a
just have
cool
this-
look now?
Did he and Brett just like have the same wardrobe?
So I will say I saw Ted Thompson when he came down to Madison a few times for the NFL Combine, and he would wear white New Balance, the stonewash jeans, like the white blue jeans.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was kind of a grayish, almost white sweatshirt, crew neck, nondescript.
It sounds tight. Sounds like a good fit nowadays. Fanny pack? No fanny pack.
He probably had a fanny pack.
Oh, my
Again,
gosh.
function
over fashion. Now, it's the same thing. Function is fashionable.
Oh, man. It's Dame time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks podcast presented by Gallagher. Explore a Bucks superstar Damian Lillard's unlikely journey from two-star high school prospect to a top 75 player in NBA history. Narrated by senior NBA insider Chris Haynes, this series reveals exclusive details of Dame's trade to the Bucks and experience with the team. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plush, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcast. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR plus benefits consultant. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Dinner just got easier and tastier. Pizza Hut's Ultimate Hut Bundle is here to save the day. Starting at just $24.99, you can get any 2 medium pizzas, 8 boneless wings in your favorite flavor, and your choice of cinnamon, cheese, or breadsticks with 2 dips. Feed the family or wow your friends without breaking the bank. The Ultimate Hut Bundle is only here for a limited time. Hurry in and order online today at pizzahut.com. The Ultimate Hut Bundle. Only at Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson with Madison Weight Loss, and I'm excited to share that I'm not the only person who's experienced all the great things Madison Weight Loss has to offer. I'm here with Manny. Manny, thanks so much for coming in. So tell everybody, how much weight have you lost?
So in my first 60 days, I actually lost about 50 pounds. Since then, almost a year ago, I've actually dropped an additional 43, totaling 93 pounds.
Dang, Manny, that's awesome. Compared to me, I lost 40 pounds in 60 days, so you're incredible. How do you feel?
It felt amazing. It's one of those things where you just don't even believe it when it's happening. And what they advertise about up to a pound a day is true. I was losing a pound and a half a day consistently for the first 60 days.
Manny, thanks so much for sharing your story. Join me, join Manny, learn the secret of losing up to 1 pound of unhealthy fat per day, and start your own success story. Contact the team at MadisonWeightLoss.com. Schedule a free consultation in person or virtually at MadisonWeightLoss.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Spins up with the right hand. It's good. Count it and a foul.
The hoop and the harm.
Goes in right side. Puts it in with 2 seconds to go. What a play. Dribbling, crossing over, fade away. Yes, that was nasty.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Listen to Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
People want to fantasize about fantasy football and all of the other stuff. Football is a simple game. Win the line of scrimmage on both sides. You're not going to lose many games.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Grassland Dairy, Home and Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Go be a winner. Winners go to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. Matt Hamilton's a winner. 7 years ago today, he won a gold medal. And he's also part of Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown's a winner. She'll be back on the show a week from tomorrow. So we'll be celebrating that. I am Jim Rutledge, Chrissy Birdsall, and Primetime Wollersheim in the Everlight Solar Studio. We're all winners. But let's get to Throwing Stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
All right, guys, I got to ask you a question because I was in a very surprising predicament, but a good one over the weekend. So on Saturday, me and some of my fellow producers were actually here at the ESPN Madison studios because it was the first ever Brewers spring training game on ESPN Madison. So a few of us had to come back here and make sure everything ran correctly. We wanted to see what it looked like for the first time. Make sure, kind of a dry run. It's spring training after all. And if there was anything wrong, we wanted to make sure that we got it right the next time. So everything went well, but then afterwards, we decided, hey, it's Saturday, why don't we go enjoy a little happy hour? So we go down to the bar right below us here at Vintage Brewing Company. It's a great little spot, which so happens that they're actually doing a crossover event with another, I'll say a local distillery that does not, advertise with this station, does not advertise on this show, so I won't mention them by name.
Okay.
But they were doing a crossover event where they were actually showcasing some of their wares. They actually had specialty cocktails on sale at the bar that you could purchase, and they really wanted to promote it. Part of that was they also had a little raffle going on at Vintage Brewing Company. And in fact, you could buy into the raffle. I don't know how much it was. I assume it's $1 for 4 tickets. But towards the end of the night, around 7 p.m., they actually went around the bar and just gave away some raffle tickets to everyone who was still there because they want people to participate.
Yeah.
What do you know? I end up getting a raffle ticket of my own, and I look over to my right where Pablo Iglesias, our digital content specialist, is sitting, and I say, guys, I'm going to feel so bad if I end up winning something with this one free raffle ticket I just got.
Yeah.
What do you know? I have number 455010, I believe it was.
Very important detail. Yeah, okay.
Great memory because just as that happens, they call out and say that 455001 won a hat. And I jumped up and went, that's me! And of course, I walk over and I look like the idiot, not the jackwagon who walks over and thinks that he won when, bingo, bingo. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh, you're that guy.
So not only was I that guy, the next item, I actually did win, by the way.
So they called another number and that's me!
Were you already up there?
No, I just sat back down, and then they go 455010, my number. And of course, the person ahead of me got like a nice hat from this local distillery.
Yeah.
What I end up getting is a full bottle of cherry-flavored gin that I end up taking home for free for a raffle I did not sign up for, and I've already made myself look like a jackwagon. And oh, by the way, the next one was a gift card. The next prize was a gift card to this same distillery. Guess who won that? Pablo Iglesias. With his free raffle tickets. So guys, if you're at a raffle and not only did you make yourself look like a jackwagon by going up and trying to take something that wasn't yours, but then winning, and then your buddy who's right next to you who also had a free raffle ticket also won something in the raffle, should I have felt bad for winning?
Are you in the wrong? Or
Yeah, am I the bleep hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, am I a bleep hole, or is this fine? Like,
I would
I just
say
won.
you're not the a-hole. You could have made it a little better by getting an extra cocktail at the bar. You know, like, hey, I'll order another one of your
Jesse
drinks.
Nelson was buying, so yeah, I could have just
Yeah.
thrown another one on his tab.
Yeah, so like something along those lines of like a little extra there to
See,
throw
that's
their way.
also kind of the bad thing is that at one point the person who was from the distillery came over to where we were sitting because she had been there before. She'd lost her credit card, and it was sitting like at the feet of the bar, like right where we were at.
Yeah.
And she's stayed around, kind of explained what was going on, what the event was, because we were kind of like, why are you guys here? Like, what's going on? And she actually showed to us on the menu, like, here are some of like these specialty cocktails you can get from our distillery, and you can try some of it, and they're actually discounted rate. And I was like, oh, so it's great because Jesse Nelson and Hunter Vaughn, they both get two of those cocktails, like a Cherry Breeze, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in the mood for a cocktail. So I ended up just getting one of the classic beers at a Vintage, and while she was, waiting over my shoulder as we all put in our drink orders. So not only did I think I won the raffle, I actually won the raffle. Pablo won a raffle with free tickets.
You're
and
more
I
of the
didn't take
a-hole
a
for
cocktail.
not ordering the drink.
Yeah.
I mean, what raffle do they just give away free tickets?
I don't know.
That is their problem. Like, if the fact that you won it, that is
That's
on
fine,
them.
but
You were
not
just going to the restaurant to have a beer and just chillax after the inaugural first test run of Brewers baseball on 100.5 ESPN
Correct.
Madison, right? So you would have ordered the beer anyway, and then they hand you a raffle ticket and you win, even if you jumped up and were dyslexic with your numbers beforehand. You did eventually get the dub.
I did.
And got your win. You should feel no obligation to treat them to anything because they screwed up in giving you a free ticket in the first place. Like, that's not your fault, Ryan.
I know it wasn't my fault, but I did kind of still feel bad. I was like,
Honestly,
did I really just win?
I stand
You
by.
shouldn't feel bad at all.
He
Honestly,
should have ordered the drink when she offered. When she did the whole spiel, because you're not paying for
when
it.
she did the spiel, yeah, but I didn't want one of those.
Yeah,
I
don't blame you for just wanting a beer. Sometimes a
didn't come
cocktail
there-
sounds like too much.
I didn't come there looking for one of their. That's not why I was there.
I would have just been peer pressured into ordering it. If someone goes through the whole spiel, I'd be like, all right, I'll try it.
I'd be like, cool story, Hansel. Beer me. Give me a Coors Light.
Look, I was feeling it. I will say I was feeling it when she was looking right over our shoulder, waiting for us to order our drinks, and I just went, yeah, I'll get the
whatever.
the
Coors
Bee's
Light.
Yeah, Coors Light. Coors Light.
I get it. Coors Light is great. Actually, today, what do you think about this as we're doing? I'm not the a-hole in this, but I was offered a beer at a business meeting today, and I took it.
Oh.
I had a Coors Light at North and South. I was talking with our good friends at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, and JD was like, you want a water? I said, sure. He's like, you want a beer? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'm getting you a beer. Brought me out a Coors Light and a frosty mug, and they are all drinking water, and I had a nice 130 Coors Light during a business meeting.
Let me be honest with you, Jim.
Yeah.
Every time I've been offered a beer prior to this show, I've said, yeah, why not?
Yeah, no, I
thank
understand.
you.
And this was far enough in advance.
Yeah.
And it's Coors Light. It's not like...
It's not like a half a dozen Coors
Yeah,
Lights
it's not
right
like
before I go on.
Yeah, it's not like
It's not a great example to be sent for Chrissy in the studio, guys. Come on.
I can't have a drink at 1:30?
No, it's not the timing, but it is. I'll say this: if it had been a Coors Light, I would say you were in the wrong.
Because if Matt and I golf, cover your ears, Chrissy. We will have some Coors Light. We cut ourselves off before the show, but if we're golfing at noon, I couldn't have a lunch beer.
A lunch beer. I don't know.
I'm not asking the 27-year-old for permission for a lunch beer anymore.
But if it's at a work event, it has to be work-related somehow. If it's just like, oh, you're just out getting lunch.
If I just went out to lunch with some friends and they were like, oh, you want to have a beer? I was like, I do have to work later.
Now, I also love that Matt is telling me, like, when we hung out with Joe from J. Henry, you grabbed a beer at Vintage. That was
work
closer
meeting.
to showtime, but it was a work meeting. So, like...
And that's different for Matt, too, is if he gets a lunch beer with friends beforehand, he's not on the clock at that time. Whereas...
How am I on the clock?
Come on.
I don't punch in.
You're a full-time teammate. Matt's a part-time.
Yeah, but, like... I'm in sales.
I'm a full-time friend, but a part-time teammate. That's why I had to have the beer.
You never seen...
with my buds.
You never seen Mad Men? I'm actually under drinking compared to
That was the
Mad Men.
1950s, and they're all chain-smoking cigarettes, Jim.
True.
You sound like you're chain-smoking cigarettes some days when you're coughing in his mic.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get over my cough, my flu or whatever.
Maybe if you wore more warm coats, it would be okay.
Yeah.
Being cold doesn't make you cold, Prime.
That's pseudoscience.
No,
Fake news.
pseudoscience is if you're cold, you get a cold.
That's how it happens.
That's how pseudoscience works. This is Jim Matt and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
From St. John's, Newfoundland, the Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Look, we all know that as we age, our bodies change. But Carbon World Health can help. They have a process of testosterone replacement therapy that includes a diagnostic exam and blood tests to assess your hormone levels to make sure that they are optimal for you, not optimal for your age. Carbon World Health can help you increase your energy, focus, and overall health with their approach to hormone therapy. It's all about quality of life for you. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's Dame time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and H&R Benefits Consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
This is our crew.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is coming to ESPN Madison.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Every pitch, every dramatic moment, every
fly ball left field. Back. Still back. It is up and gone.
Madison's new home of the Milwaukee Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.
I can just let this run. I'm trying to think of, I don't know the exact name of the song. Obviously, this is a 70s sample that he's borrowing, which just took it to a whole nother level. This is Squabble Up from Kendrick Lamar. He performed this at the Super Bowl. And as soon as I heard this song, and I knew it before the Super Bowl because it's on his new album, but the broccoli line, I knew my youngest was going to, like, she started dying laughing because it woke up. She doesn't. The double entendre of broccoli. So it's wake up looking for the broccoli is hilarious to her. So this is often a song in the morning that she will listen to as she brushes her teeth and gets going.
Nice.
And she does the she does the whole thing. She gets ready for it. So she gets into it. Nola gets into Squabble Up by Kendrick Lamar.
Trying to get that broccoli every day.
Yeah, it is funny. Like there are definitely different hip hop songs or rap songs where they make a reference to something that's got two meanings and just right over the kid's head, and it's because it's just a word that they find funny.
Right. Yeah.
So 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. We do have a couple Siding Unlimited poll questions. That's the Carbos Talking text line. List is more. Our first Siding Unlimited poll question. 92 votes are in. Matt Hamilton says it's cringe that the Packers are the only team to submit a proposal to eliminate the tush push. Do you agree?
Cringe.
64% of you say yes. And then we have another poll question here. Siding Limited poll question. You can chime on this one, 844-770-3776. And the Carbos Talking text line. List is more. Brian Gutekunst speaks to the media at the Combine tomorrow. If you could give Goody truth serum, what question would you ask him? And we have multiple options there. Does he want Jair back? Did the Pack need a number one wide receiver? Did he break up with Aaron Rodgers? Or did he want Aaron Jones back? I'm going with wide receiver number one because that one would also admit fault from him that he misjudged his team last year.
Yeah.
So that's one I really want to know. And that's where America is landing right now. 60% of people say the Pack, he wants to know, did the Pack, they want an honest answer from Goody about the Pack needing a number one wide receiver. Number two on that list, about asking for Jair back. And then number three, who broke up with who with Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, we know the answer to that one. That's why I'm glad nobody's voted for it because we all know what happened there. It was Goody. If Goody didn't, he wouldn't have drafted Jordan Love if he wasn't ready to break up with Aaron Rodgers.
True, but in the final, I guess this kind of goes with you break up you stopped caring. Did Aaron say I want to end it? But Goody actually ended it by his actions earlier. It could be a little bit.
I think Aaron Rodgers was genuinely caught off guard by the Jordan Love first pick. And
yes, but I mean
that to me was
that to you is the ending point.
That's to me when Goody was like, "We done."
Because I think that I agree with you on that, but I think Aaron definitely asked out at the end to be traded to the Jets.
Yeah. So he did everything he could.
Yeah. Now I did see Colin Cowherd talking about how Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people are saying this, that Rodgers was genuinely surprised and wanted to come back to the Jets, and the Jets didn't want him. Is that surprising to you?
I think that's the trope that he can play the victim now. It's I was genuinely surprised that the Jets didn't want me back. We had such a successful season.
It's not your fault.
I can't believe they wouldn't want me back.
Now, the one thing that I would say that would hold water for it is that he might realize that he doesn't have a market. So the team that you're on is your best chance to be on a team.
Right.
And so there could be that part of it. Now, I was watching Get Up this morning, and the way they described Aaron Rodgers was interesting. They said he's one of the best 32 quarterbacks in the league, which means you should have a starting job. But it also was saying that, the other stuff he might be the 20th or 15th or 16th best QB in the league.
Right.
And then it's like, well, do you want to carry the baggage?
I'd rather have 28 without baggage.
Yeah, so I said this to the group, and Chris, you can hop in on this one. We got a minute here, and I'll throw it out to everyone. You can chime in 844-770-3776. On The Athletic, they're ranking free agents. Right behind Aaron Rodgers on this list was Justin Fields, both quarterbacks. If you were on a team that had not excellent chances, but a shot, like the Steelers, you don't have to pick the Steelers, but it's a Steelers-type team to get to the playoffs. So you have a playoff-type, maybe Super Bowl roster, but you have a playoff roster. Who would you rather have on your team, Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields? And I would say account for the dramatic dip in cost. And by all accounts, Justin's, besides his legs, his biggest attribute is that teammates absolutely will run through a brick wall for him.
Mm-hmm.
So 844-770-3776. All things considered, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields on your team? Well, obviously, we're not talking about the Packers don't need a quarterback, so put yourself in the shoes of a team that needs a quarterback. Matt, I want to save you for last. Prime, where'd you pick that one?
Can you phrase the question one more time?
If you had to pick between Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields on like a Steelers type team, it doesn't have to be the Steelers, but a team that, hey, the right quarterback catch lightning in the bottle, maybe win a playoff game or two. Like they're a playoff type roster, and they don't have a lot of money. You're finding that mid-tier bargain QB.
I would do Justin Fields simply for the fact that he could have a long-term future that just doesn't exist with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if you're saying the Steelers, they seem like a team to me that's like, they're a playoff team, and if they have a good quarterback, they could be a divisional round, maybe like an AFC title game, AFC championship game team. I don't see them winning a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, and I think if they were honest with themselves, they would probably say the same. Like, did they think they'd win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson? I doubt it.
Right.
So I think you'd want to try and find a guy like a higher end version of Justin Fields would be like a Sam Darnold, a guy who's a journeyman who you could rehabilitate.
In the article I read, Darnold and Geno Smith were both used as options. It's like, one, they're inexpensive, and the thing is, and I don't know where Aaron Rodgers is on this, there's no doubt, because Justin knows that he's clearly, and this was the report out of Pittsburgh, very coachable. So, like, what do you want me to run, coach? I will run what you want me to run. Chrissy, where would you go on this one?
I think for a case like the Steelers, I probably would go with Justin Fields just because they're a really good team. They really only need one or two more pieces. And Justin Fields, he's still a little bit younger, so we have a little bit of time to see what he's like. I said this on our student radio last week. A team like the Giants, they're really in need of a bridge quarterback right now. And with the upcoming class, I don't feel like either of the top two guys, Cam Ward and Shedeur, are going to be first-year starters. I think that would be a good place for Aaron Rodgers if he was willing to be a bridge quarterback. But we also know that Aaron Rodgers is not the type of guy who's going to be a bridge quarterback.
Ayahuasca. I think Aaron Rodgers has finally got to the age where he's like, I have to be a bridge quarterback now. Like, I am that guy. And you must think I am crazy to think that I would pick Justin Fields over Aaron Rodgers in anything. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. The guy can throw the ball better. That is what quarterbacks need to do. Sure, Justin Fields is fast. You've got a guy, especially like we're just spitballing the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Tomlin could reel in Rodgers crazy.
Okay, but and obviously it's different. The complaints and why it seems like Russell's not coming back is that Russell was whining and complaining and nitpicking the offense at the end. So the Steelers are kind of like, all right, we're not bringing you back. You still have too much of a diva attitude.
Who knows? And then shame on the Steelers for getting fooled twice. After going through Russell and dropping him for nitpicking the offense, and then you're like, but we're going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Well, then shame on you. You bring in Aaron Rodgers for a couple things. His ability to throw the ball still, which we know is still there.
Yep.
His ability to see a defense, and that is like undeniably one of the things that he is best known for. Right? And you just have to deal with the other stuff. Like, I feel there's certain ways where you could let Aaron Rodgers feel like he's got more control, like maybe on the playbook, but really just keep him as far away from personnel as possible. You know what I mean? Like, you can have your Pat McAfee show, but we also want you to come up to mandatory minicamps.
I don't think there's I think it really has a lot to do with the dollars. I think Prime probably made the best case.
If you wanted to win, though, I would never think that you could do it with Fields over Rodgers in like very many instances. Just because Rodgers, he can really sling the pill. Well, we haven't really seen that much out of Fields.
I agree with you on that. Last year was his best year, 66% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. So he was a good mix of using. He was in this specific offense. Now, for the Steelers specifically, Fields would make more sense than Rodgers because the Arthur Smith's offense is Tannehill. Like, it's a little bit more of an offense that wants a QB that can make some plays with their legs. Justin is more of you're trying to catch that lightning in the bottle. Just like how the Vikings signed Daniel Jones of like, maybe this offense, maybe we don't get Sam Darnold out of Daniel Jones, but if we need 6 starts to start the season and we can go, 500 during that time and Daniel Jones is serviceable until we can go to J.J. McCarthy.
Right.
Again, and Geno Smith would be the option for, Fields or Darnold is different, but like that's the case you're making for a guy like Fields is like, all right, we can get him on a cheap, turn it around.
Right.
He's a locker room guy. He's going to do what he's asked to do as far as being coached. I agree with you. If you're trying to win that one specific year, you're probably still leaning towards Rodgers, but I think it depends on the team dynamic.
Yeah.
And what do they want? I don't think the Steelers are going to be a landing spot for Rodgers. To your point, fool me once, shame on me, or shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So, like, the idea that if you bring in another quarterback who has the pelts on the wall, so even if they tried to, like, pocket their diva-ness, they're still going to be...
It's still going to come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So... We'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll hear. I guarantee tomorrow we'll be talking about some of the things that Goody said. Maybe you'll have some of the same of the answers as Matt Hamilton's Southern version.
I hope he gives us some Southern draw, some twang.
That would be amazing. We'll be back at it tomorrow. If you missed any of today's show, listen back. Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and those great places. It's been Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
Apparently they like green and gold.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers.